Hi, how you doing? Man, wow. Hello, everybody. You know, I got in here yesterday. I think it was yesterday morning. Two different times. Nobody showed. Of course, I'm not mad about that. I mean, I don't schedule them, so today, as soon as I turn it on, bang, you guys are all in here. That's good. We can talk. You have to put up with my bald head today, though. I got all my stuff over here and got around, tried to get ready, and I forgot my hat. And I didn't figure it was worth getting up and going over there after it for. You all know I'm fat and bald. Well, happy birthday, Whispers from Heaven. Hope you have a great one. Yeah, sexy beast. I watched your latest video, Dark CERN Paranormal. You, you mess with the devil too much, man. You got more guts than I do. Scarling Ray, welcome back. Whispers from Heaven, welcome back. I think Zara dragged you guys over here to me. I'm not sure. But it's all well and good. The more the merrier. I guess I should start scheduling like a formal stream, but I don't do that. Not yet, anyway. Once you're retired, you don't like schedules. Call me spontaneous man. I'm a spontaneous streamer. Trying to drink my coffee. I already ate my breakfast. Leftover pizza from last night, believe it or not. Pizza for breakfast. You know, I gave Zara a radio and I sent it out Saturday, and they give me a tracking number, and I tried tracking it and I couldn't find it. It wouldn't give me anything, and then I called the post office and they said once it hits Germany, well, there's no tracking it no more. So maybe it's already there. I don't think it'd be there in 3 days, but maybe it is. I don't know. I thought Zara said it would take 8 to 10 days, but I can't find it with my tracking number. Maybe it'll get there sooner than that because I sent it first class post parcel. I couldn't send it as a letter in the normal international mail because it weighed too much. So I had to send it as a parcel. And it went first class. I watched Zara last night. Her and Glenn. I didn't butt my nose in too much. It's so hard for me to see. And speaking of seeing, it's hard for me to see. And this little wireless keyboard I got is a cheapo. It's a Logitech, but it still seems to be a cheapo. And I got this chair here set beside me, and I think it blocks some of the signal to the little transmitter thing for my keyboard. sometimes I type and nothing happens, and then a few minutes later, it all comes in. So, like it's storing it in memory or buffer, and it can't display it. I don't know. I'm having trouble with that, so I don't. When I get on the people's live streams, I don't type too much. Yeah, well, I ain't nothing that great to be excited about. It's just a little Sandian pocket radio. Her 587, I think, is better. I think mine is better. That's why I didn't use the Sandian no more, but it works, you know. I told her if she can't use it, she finds she don't like it or something, give it to somebody else over there. You know, it's probably cheaper for her to mail something from Horst, Germany, like to Britain or whatever, but so many people over there that are starving for radios and they can't get them. You know, if a second thought now, if I'd have thought about it, I should have stuck that Memorex radio, and I got a Jensen Sab 55, and I got a little Sony. I should have stuck all them damn things in the box and sent them to her, and she could have handed them out, you know, if people needed one, but it's an afterthought, and they're still over there and packed away collecting dust. I should have just sent the whole damn shebang. There's only a couple here that I got that I want to keep and use. They're too expensive. I got lucky, got mine before they were really too expensive. You got to watch out, you know. The ones with all the zeros on the number, they aren't hackable, and they're all over eBay. And if you don't know any better, you buy one that you can't hack. Same thing with those Sandians. That Sandian, a 200X I sent Zara. They still make them. You can buy a brand new Sandian 200X, but after a certain date, they were also fixed so you can't hack them. These radio manufacturers don't want people making ghost boxes out of their product. So you can get on there right now and you can look up Sandian 200X and you'll find there's tons of them. I think they're going for like $80 US, $60 to $80 US. I don't know how many euros that would be, but they're not cheap and they're not hackable. If you don't know any better, you know. I knew the difference. I can't remember what the difference is right now, but I knew what the difference was when I went looking for one. And I found one on eBay that was brand new, in the package yet. Never been out of the package. And it was more than the rest of them that were floating around. But I spent it. I said, well, at least I know nobody's messed with it and did stuff to it they shouldn't have done to it. And, you know, he had pictures of the package and the numbers coincided with not being an unhackable one, and so I bought it, paid $90 for it, and I came here, I had to cut it out of the plastic and take the back off, bend the pin over and put it back together. So I got mine's a brand new one. But there's a bad thing about them 587s. I don't know why they do it, but they stop scanning. You start scanning and it might scan for a half an hour. It might scan for 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden it just stops, and you got to start to scan again. That's the only fault that they have that I know of. But most generally, you know, they're pretty clear sounding and stuff. This Steve-O, the Steve-O show too? Morning if you're here, Steve-O. Yeah, them are good too. I never bought one of those. I take it back. I did buy one of those. 20-125s. And I didn't know that the newer ones weren't unhackable, and I bought a new one. And I got it, and it was unhackable. Did the same thing with that as they did the rest of the Radio Shacks. And so I found out I spent money on an unhackable when I gave it to my daughter. One of my daughters. Well, we don't have any Radio Shacks anymore. They all closed down. I don't believe the Radio Shacks are in business, not in the U.S. anyway. We no longer have any Radio Shacks. Unless they started up again. I didn't know it. They say they're good that they, them 125s, that they scan a little bit faster than the other than the other Radio Shacks do. Really? Radio Shacks, and they're open. Well, that's something to know. Yeah, I bet they're out of. I bet the shows are getting kind of sparse too. Oh, I hate that. You know, you eat something, you get it caught in your teeth. You can't find it. Did y'all survive Halloween? Today's November 1st, you know, today's the day you're supposed to ravage your kids' your kids' candy bags. Did you guys any of you happen to go on my Facebook page and see my video I made the other day when I was murdering puppies? If you didn't, I can play it for you. I'm gonna play this for you. Let me start it over. Make it a little bigger. My dog got it. Make sure you can hear it good. Let's see. Volume's all the way up. Okay, here we go. This is a video I made the other day for Facebook. And every day you get to murder puppies. Thought maybe I might drag my other favorite radio out of mothballs today and give that a try. I got a 12-589. That works really well. I haven't done a session with that for a long time. At least I found they still talk to me. Boy, the other day, I was telling somebody else about this. Right now, there's a disturbance on the sun. The sun has had a disturbance in the last 3 or 4 days. A big disturbance on the sun. And when that happens, it affects the Earth. It affects the radio waves, etc. And, I listen to that shortwave and ham radio all the time. And them ham radios that I listen to on sideband and stuff, they've been exceptionally stronger than normal. I mean, normally I don't hear too many. I mean, usually you hear better in the winter, but the solstice has already passed. But I haven't been hearing too many of them. And here in the last 2 or 3 days, it's just been crazy good. And I think that disturbance on the sun has messed with the radio waves. I don't know if it's ionized the layer above the Earth, so it's more dense, so the signals bounce off more, But it may have affected also the communication with the spirits. If it affects radio, ham radio, it must be affecting regular radio. It must be affecting the whole radio spectrum. And I think that maybe it must be affecting our communication with the spirits too, because the last session I did, man, if I could have whispered and they'd have answered me. I mean, it was unreal. And I noticed I watched a video the other day with Heather, Ghost Queen, and she was just they were just talking to her like crazy. I mean, super connection. And I don't know if the rest of you have noticed that lately or not, but if that's true, I've got a little, well, I can't show it to you, but I've got a gadget. I don't know if you run Windows or not, you know what gadgets are. But anyway, it shows the sun and shows disturbances on the sun and flares and sunspots and all that stuff. And it gives you a geomagnetic number, and the higher the number, the greater the disturbance. And maybe it would be good to watch for peaks or highs on that. And when you get a peak or a high and it gets higher than normal, try to do a session. Let's see, paranormal white nose. Now, who could that be? Morning, Zara. Yeah, do that. Look into that. I'm sure there must be, because if they're using the radio waves, the radios to talk over by rearranging what we hear. If the radio's coming through, maybe it's easier for them to come through. If the radio signals are pumped up. She couldn't have received it yet. It's only been Saturday. I thought she told me, Zara. I thought she told me it was 8 to 10 days. It's way too early. But I was just telling them that I can't track it any longer. I kept trying to use that tracking number. I couldn't get anything, and I called the post office. They said once it reaches Germany or it's out of the U.S., there's no way to track it. So apparently it must be out of the U.S. They didn't drop it in the ocean on the way over there. It must be over there on your continent before you might be getting it for too long. You know what, Sarah? I was telling them, I had an afterthought. Of course, it's too late now, but I've got one of those blue Memrixes. I've got a Jensen Sab 55. I've got a little Sony, the ones that you don't need to hack, you just hold the button in. I've got those 3 radios, and I thought, as an afterthought, if I'd have thought about it, I should have just stuck all of them in the box to use there, Zara, and you'd have had 3 radios besides the Sanjin. And if you knew somebody that needed a radio, and wanted a ghost box, I know how hard they are to get, how hard it is to get them over there. I should have just stuck all of them in there because they don't mean nothing to me, and they're over there collecting dust. I should have just stuck the whole damn shebang in there, but afterthought. Morning. If I missed anybody that came in, I don't pay too much attention to the chat. I just sit here and run my mouth, which I'm good at. Well, hi, Annie from Omaha. Welcome. Annie, I do the same thing. I've said it 2 or 3 times I was going to quit, and I come back. It's addicting. You can't. Once you start it, you can't leave it. You'll go back to it. I don't care what you say. I made a promise to God I wouldn't do it again, and here I am doing it again. I'm probably going to burn in hell for it. But I'm telling you, it's addicting. It's very addicting. And you get away from it for so long, you just got to have your fix. That's all there is to it. Well, I guess I already did that. I was gonna say I got to change my stuff on Facebook, my cover photo. I already changed it to a turkey, And my mug on it, everybody knows I'm a turkey, so Thanksgiving next, and then the big one. But you know, I already seen a Christmas commercial already. When I was a kid growing up, you know, of course I'm old school, but you had Halloween, you had Thanksgiving, and then you had Christmas. And now, you know, as soon as Halloween's over, bang, Christmas shit everywhere. And I guess it's already in the stores already. Unbelievable. Yeah, a couple times last night, Zara, you streamed that your audio was terrible, and then it would come back, and then it would go out, and it would come back. It would act to me like you don't have enough bandwidth. You're trying to do too much, and you don't have enough computer, or you don't have enough bandwidth to do it, and it buffers and it slows down. And on that program you was using, at the very top, up here in the middle, in the very top. I know you can't see this, my pointer. Well, anyway, you can now on the chat window. At the very top, up there, there's a button and it says bandwidth. And next time you start having problems with the audio doing that, and if, you might want to lower your bandwidth. That's just a tip. If you didn't already know it. Well, there's another one came in. Ravenwolf, welcome. Anybody else I didn't welcome in, welcome. Come right in, have a seat on the couch. I thought Zara was going to be a bunny with all the bunny videos and stuff she shows on Facebook. I thought she'd be a bunny. Excuse me for slurping. Hot. Earl Grey hot. And I do have a lot of Earl Grey tea over here. I got more of it than I'll ever drink. I bought a large, big old, I don't know how many Earl Grey, double strength Earl Grey tea bags I got. And I don't even drink it anymore. I hate it now. Don't ask me why. I got a new tea I drink now. It's mint, green tea, green mint tea. I like that. Of course, over here in the U.S., we don't put cream in it. Of course, I don't. But over yonder, where some of you guys are at, they always put cream in their tea. But Not here. That's one thing we never had as a pet was a bunny. I don't know, but I guess I just always felt they're a farm animal. They don't belong in the house, and they poop them little pellets. But I guess it would be no worse than a dog, puppy, leaving warm, steaming piles all over the house. To be truthfully honest with you, I don't care for dogs. I believe dogs are nice. They're okay if you keep them outside, but I don't like dogs in the house. Don't ask me why. I've got a bunch of friends. You know, they got a Great Dane and they got big old boxers and these big giant dogs running around the house all the time. And you know, and they bump into a table and knock the table over. I mean, they're so big, and I just don't. To me, that's like I might as well bring a damn horse in the house and live with that. I don't like big dogs in the house. We've had a few dogs, small dogs, and I didn't get them. My wife and kids had them, but we had a Yorkshire Terrier. We've had a couple of them. Little yappers, you know. I put up with them, but I didn't like them. But I guess I'm a cat man. I like cats. Cats are smart. Very smart. Smarter than a dog as far as I'm concerned. We got one cat. Her name is Princess. And we've had her a long time. She's even getting gray hair on her. And I don't know, man. She's got to be getting up there. And I'm afraid we're not going to have her too much longer. But I like my Princess, and when she goes, you know, she's just like one of the family. What can I say? And when she goes, I'm going to miss her, of course. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot. I got something to tell you that I haven't told you. I've got a live-in gopher now. My granddaughter moved in with us. She's 18. Her name's Dana. And she's sort of a wild one. When her mom and dad split up, the two girls, Dana and Holly, stayed with their dad in Ann Arbor, and my uh, daughter went somewhere else, and my daughter couldn't afford the girls, so he kept them, and then it got to the point where there were differences between mom and dad, or kids and dad. And Dana moved out. She moved in with her boyfriend. She's 18. Well, needless to say, things didn't go over perfectly with her and her boyfriend. So she moved out there. Found herself on the street. Dad wouldn't take her back in. He said, "You can give me $200 a month, you can move back." I don't know if that's tough love or he's just an asshole, but anyway, that was the situation. So she was staying with friends, a week here and a week there. Well, I don't know. Somehow she lives here now. She got my son's old bedroom. She got it all. She cleaned it all up, got it all fixed up the way she wants it. And when I need something, I just yell at her, and she goes and gets it for me. So she's my gopher. She's supposed to go today or tomorrow look for a job somewhere, but she don't have a car. And I said, "Well, how the hell do you get back and forth to a job?" "Well, I take the bus." I said, "Well, ain't many jobs you can get that you can take a bus to and from, but whatever. I got a new resident again. At least it wasn't my kids moving back this time. They've been back and forth I don't know how many times. So now I got a granddaughter living here. That's okay. The more the merrier, Family is family. I don't differentiate. If you need a place, you just come see. You come see Moses, and he'll take care of you. Yeah, go for this, go for that. Dana, go get me that. That's a gopher. She's going for, go for. Go for her. I forget. I'm old school, and a lot of you people don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I seen that crow, and I thought maybe you guys had the wizard on there. I thought that was a wizard's MO, was a crow. He's always got that old Dr. Crow mask he wears and stuff. I seen that crow, I thought maybe you had the wizard on there. Yes, ma'am. I know that. Zara? His camera's bird brain. His camera's got a bird brain. Bad electronics. Well, Morris is okay. He puts out some videos, some kind of strange videos sometimes, and he courts Ian, the fallen angel, and some of that stuff I don't agree with, but everybody has their opinion. Seems to be a nice enough guy, but another opinion I have is anybody that gets on these damn YouTubes and they put their face in front of public. I mean, I don't trust anybody that's wearing a mask. Why do you have to mask your identity? Are you disformed? Are you disfigured? It's one thing, but if you just paranormal and you use a mask as a guise, there's a couple people on paranormal places that wear masks, and I don't like that. I mean, if you can't be true to yourself and show people who you are, then why would anybody want to believe you? I mean, to me, a mask is gangster, and I don't want to associate with gangsters. So, be truthfully honest, I don't like people that wear masks on YouTube. Just call me old. Just call me an old school. I don't know. It's a new thing now, all the gangsters, the gangster rap, and all that crap. It's okay, I guess. Well, I gave you the equipment to do it, Marie. All you gotta do is turn the radio on, start talking, and start listening, and record it. Go back and listen again. You can back it up, slow it down, whatever you need to do, so you can understand. Marie can't understand them. She hasn't done it long enough to understand them. It takes practice, Marie. You can't just do it. You just can't turn the radio on and say, "Oh," and hear everything they got to say. There's a knack to it. A lot of times the ones that are talking to you talk real low, and they're down in between underneath the other talking and noises going on. You really have to listen. It's an acquired thing. You can't just turn the radio on and instantly think you're going to have, like, talking to somebody on the phone. It just does not happen. Ask anybody here, they'll tell you. It takes practice. And if you don't do it, you're not getting any practice, so you're not going to get any better at it. You have to decide if you're going to do it, if you're not going to do it, And then you got to do it. You want to do it in your house? Fine. Go out in your yard and do it. Or go to the park, out in your car. Drive away from your house and do it in your car. Anywhere you can find a private place and do it, do it. Hi, Art. Oh, Robert. Whispers from heaven. Come back when you stay longer. Thank you for showing. Thank you for coming. Come on back again. Hello, Art. Have a seat on the couch here, buddy. Anybody wants to know, it's 34 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 degree centigrade. right now here. Cloudy, of course. Tomorrow's my anniversary. Yes, tomorrow's my wedding anniversary. November 2nd. I can't forget that, or I'd get a knife in the chest. But I ain't sure how many years. You tell me. I got married in 68. 1968 is when I got married. On November 2nd. I think it's 48 years. I'm not sure. It might be 49. Do the math. I'm not good at math. Long time. I'm talking a long time. Well, it's tomorrow, not today, but I remember this day. Tomorrow when I should remember it, maybe I'll forget it. Ain't many people around today that's been married for 49 years. Yeah, well, if I'm still here, 50 years is a milestone, I guess. Something unheard of. I can't remember what anniversary it was, the 30th or 40th or something. Kids put on a big thing for us. They rented a hall and had us a big dinner and all that crap. And I hope they don't do that for 50, because to be truthfully honest, it don't mean anything to me anymore. I'm just got one foot in the grave and dragging the other one, and I really don't give a good goddamn about anything anymore. Certainly not about being married for 49 or 50. It doesn't matter. It's old stuff. Old stuff. I guess you can send me an email, Hart. You know my email address. You sent me an email before. It's right underneath my description and on any of my videos now, the newer ones. I got my email address right there. Actually, I have two email addresses. One I use for everything, and then I have my private one. I don't give that out to nobody. So. I tried to do a session the other day with my Echovox, and I couldn't get nothing on that. And I also tried to capture some orbs this morning, and I wasn't able to get any on that either. me look around now, see if I see anything. Over by my door, that's my favorite spot to catch them. And I'm recording, maybe because I'm streaming, maybe one or two spirits would show up here. Move nice and slow over here towards me. That would be very nice. I'm seeing nothing. My door hasn't opened over there either. My closet door hasn't opened either. In about a week or so. That last session I did, they said they were going to fly by me. Fly next to me or something. Well, now's your chance, spirits. Fly by me now. Nothing. I see nothing. No orbs whatsoever. None. That just shows I haven't been talking to them enough. They're not hanging around no more. They gave up on me. But boy, they sure wanted to talk the other day. Nope. Not getting anything. Not even a one. Just being obstinate, I guess. Not getting anything. Nothing. Maybe if I look over here by the camera. Oh. Oh. Seeing nothing. Nothing. Well, there's a blue glow over there. Oh, it's coming from the TV. A dummy. No. Okay. We'll stop that. Nothing. Let me do an EVP here. Got the old microphone here. Let's try for an EVP. Oh. Might as well. Don't cost anything. Hello. Hello. I'm recording. Any spirits here? Anybody around? Anybody here in my room? So is anyone here? This is acting kind of fishy. Do you live here? If there's spirits here, are you attached to my property? Okay, saved it. If I do have spirits, I think they might be attached to my property here because I bought this house in 1973, shortly after I was married, and it was a brand new house. But before that time, there was a whole row of older homes, and some developer bought, I guess, the whole damn block on this side of the block. He bought all that property and he bulldozed everything down, and then he built new homes. There's about I got one of about 5 new homes here in a row, so I'm sure we're sitting over the top of where old homes used to be. And even though they're gone, sometimes spirits are attached to the property, and I often wonder this is why maybe the activity I do get, which is not very significant, but I seem to have them 2 ghosts that are here all the time, 24 hours a day, that maybe they're attached to a home that used to be sitting here. It's interesting. I never went down to county records to try to find out anything, but I know. I've been here. Boy, bought this house in '73. I must have been here for 40 plus years now. So I don't know. Did I lose everybody? Oh, there go. The chat wasn't moving. I thought maybe something happened. Well, let me go back and look at this video to start with. And then I'll listen to the recording. Play this. See if I see anything on playback.
Let me look around now and see if I see anything. Over by my door, that's my favorite spot to catch them. And I'm recording, maybe because I'm streaming, maybe one or two spirits would show up here. Move nice and slow over here towards me. That would be very nice. Seeing nothing. My door hasn't opened over there either. My closet door hasn't opened either. In about a week or so. That last section I did, they said they were gonna.
Okay, Art. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Fly next to me or something. Well, now's your chance, spirits. Fly by me now.
Morning, Bob.
Nothing. I see nothing.
Boy, oh boy, Bob's here.
None. That just shows I haven't been talking to them enough. They're not hanging around no more. They gave up on me.
Okay, Art.
Well, they sure wanted to talk the other day. Nope. Not getting anything, not even a one. Just being obstinate, I guess.
All right. Nothing on that. Let me see.
Hello? Hello, hello?
Oh, I think I got EVPs. Let me stop that. Get my headphone off so I can hear. Let me back that up.
Hello? Hello, hello? I'm recording. Any spirits here? Anybody around? Anybody here in my room? So is anyone here? This is acting kind of fishy. Do you live here? If there's spirits here, are you attached to my property?
I got some EVPs, but they're so faint. I have to load them into a something so I can boost them and clean them up. But I asked them if they lived here, and they said something, and then they says he don't believe me, or something like that. So I just got some EVPs that easy. I'm telling you. Oh, there goes my camera. I'm still with you. I fall down. I fall down. I'm back. Maybe the spirits knocked me over. I don't know. But I'm back. Spirits did that. Don't do that again. Oh, shoot. I always get EVPs. But I have a hard time convincing people that what I'm hearing is true, because a lot of them are just whispers, and I don't want to yank my own chain, but I got an ear for this shit. I can hear them, and a lot of people can't hear them, and they're not Class A's. They're in the noise. But you know, being a ham operator for so many years and listen to CW, the stuff, you know, in the noise, you get used to listen to subpar stuff, you know, and they were just talking now. Probably that same damn two that I talk to all the time. And I tell you, I can talk to them 24 hours a day. They're always there, and I don't know if they're attached to me or if they're attached to my damn property. But them are the ones that tried to deceive me a couple of times. I don't know what they are, but I can this now. They aren't Class A's and stuff like that. They're just subtle, you know, real minuscule, whispery voices in the noise. It's like they're using the air conditioner noise and the stuff to talk with. And I proved that they can talk with stuff. Remember, I made that video out in the kitchen, and you could hear them talking, using the sounds of me clanging pots and pans and shit around, and I think I proved that time on that video. But somebody was saying something about my crossing over videos. I think it might have been Bob, and I went back and listened to them all the other day, and it even amazed me after listening to them. I hadn't listened to them for so long, and I'm going to have to try that again, see if I can cross some more. I quit doing it. I didn't really do it on purpose to start with, but I believe it worked. I mean, they told me thank you, and they, you know, I don't know. Well, I might try a crossing over again. Maybe I'll try one today. I'll try it with my 12-589. I'm going to dig that out and see how that works. See if I can cross something over. But I never thought I could do that, or if it's my right to do that, because I heard people before trying to cross people over, and I always thought to myself, well, who the hell are you? I mean, who are you to cross people over? I mean, I just couldn't, you know, it just wouldn't set, it didn't never set good with me. And then I just did it that one time by accident, and I guess it is definitely possible to cross them over. At least they tell you you're crossing them over. Whether it's true or not, you know, there's no way of telling. We can't tell. Hello, Daniel. Welcome, buddy. I don't notice people when they come in. I'm too busy running my mouth. But yeah, it's all good. It's all interesting. Hola, Daniel. Hola. Hola is hello in Spanish. Daniel Baker don't sound like a Spanish name. I don't use my digital recorders, and I got 2 of them. I should, but I don't. I get them just as easily on my phone, you know. Same thing. All those orbs I capture with my phone, and I got a camera here, one of them black and white cameras you hang outdoors, the hunters use. Infrared. Oh, I got all my crossing overs. Got about 4 of them on there. I think 4 or 5. From the first to the second, the third, the fourth. They're all right on there. They're all back in the archives. You know, they're back farther. But yeah, hey, it even blew my mind listening to them a second time. Makes me want to try it again. Okay, now here's a good question for you, Zara. You being half Irish, do you have a shillelagh? Yeah, I always thought to myself, well, who are you to try and cross somebody over? And then each time I got in there, I asked them, I said, do you see my light? They said, yes. At one time they said it's full. Your light is full. Another time they said it was beautiful and bright. You know, I speculated about that one time. You know how you hear about the tunnel of light when you die. And we're supposed to be light beings. We're energy, light beings. And light is energy, of course. And I often wondered, you know, I speculated once that if when we die, we actually release that light, and sometimes it looks like a tunnel, and you go through the tunnel, you go into the light, but the light is actually released from you. It's like it's your soul is bright, it's light. I don't know, but I speculated about that once. And I speculated doing these crossovers that maybe they can see over here on my side and I can't see them. Maybe they see me as light. Maybe they see the light emanating from me. You know, I don't know how it works. I have no idea. Don't pretend to. But, you know, I always ask them, if you see the light, can you see the light? And if they say they can see it, then I tell them to walk into it, you know. And then sometimes they say they're afraid. I say, well, don't be afraid. If you didn't believe in God when you was alive and you thought you was just going to be worm food, you know now that you're not. And just, you know, tell God, ask him to forgive your sins, and tell him you want to be with him, and all this and that. And from what Darren told me, once you're in the grace of God, he'll help you. So, you know, I don't know, I've did that a couple of times. And one time they says, you just helped cross over 20,000 souls. Now that's hard to believe. I mean, that's crazy. It's completely crazy. But then I thought about it. How many people die in a day? You know, how many people die every second of the day? And when you stop and think about it, it may not be so far-fetched. Sarah, don't have a shillelagh. You're all safe, people. You know how they can see us and they know everything about us? All spirits do. They just know everything about you. There's nothing you can hide from them. Maybe they actually, when they peer across the veil, maybe they can actually look into our soul, actually look into us, and they see the light, the spark of life. It might be the light, might be the light. Think about it. We're living in that you've heard to it referred to before as a spark of life. Maybe they can look into our soul and they can see that spark of life. They know if we're living or we're dead. And maybe that spark of life is a light that shines to them. You know? Who knows? Art, if you go to one of my latest videos, and it should be on every one of my latest videos. I got my email address right on the videos. Open the video up and go look, you know, where it says stuff about the video, like the little header underneath, and it should be on every one of my latest videos. You'll see my email address right there. Actually, all you got to do is click on it. Yes, sir. That's what it is. That's it. You got it. Art, she just told you. That's it. Alrighty, Art. Uh-oh. Okay, time for my crazy pills. Crazy man needs the pills. Oh, down the hatch. Oh, all 7 of them gone. But you know, you can catch them sometimes. I had them two trying to deceive me. I caught them both. I caught them in a lie. A couple of them, because they were trying to present themselves like one of them tried to present themselves as my mother one time, and another one tried to present themselves as my grandfather one time. And I caught them both in lies. I caught them, and I knew they were deceiving me as soon as I caught them. And that's when they said, well, you're too smart for us. And they confessed that they were evil, and they wanted me to join them and the devil. They asked me to join them. I says, not today. I says, not a cold day in hell. You know, go away. But they're still there. They're still there. They're always there. And I've contemplated that too. Well, you know, we all have a right and wrong. You know, you always see depictions of angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. I wonder if that's what I'm talking to, you know. We all have a connection with good and evil. We got good and evil both in us. And it's just which one dominates, I guess. I mean, you know, there's evil people out there. Take your mass murderers, your serial killers and stuff. If you look at a person, you can't tell they're that, but yet within inside them, they're evil as hell. And Not all people are like that. Uh, that goes back to what I said about the other day,
Sorry, I'm not sure.
with God and stuff, I think he maintains a balance. Good and evil. Yin and yang. Has to be that way to maintain a balance. If we were all good, it'd be nice, but if we were all bad, it would be bad, and I think it's just that way to maintain a balance. Another time I tried to rationalize how it is they can hear everything about us, and how can we talk to these spirits, and are they really spirits? Are we talking to our subconscious? And I've had people tell me, oh, you're just talking to people in your head, like they're not really there. But if I can hear them, other people hear them. That don't explain nothing. And then at one time I questioned myself, and I said, well, maybe we're not talking spirits. I mean, think about this. How many people in this world are in a coma? Now, if you're in a coma, you might be in a dream state. You just don't wake from. And if you're in a coma in this dream state, maybe you're reaching out. You want to get out of your coma. Maybe you realize you're in a coma and you're reaching out. Help! Help me! Please save me! Wouldn't that be things that people would say if they were trapped in a coma, in a dream state? So you can just beat yourself up with this paranormal stuff, and you can't have paranormal without religion. So then religion comes into it, and me not being a scholar of any sort, and never, other than being baptized as a little boy, never went to church hardly, and me trying to study religion just goes over my head. And the more I read about it, the more screwed up I get. And I don't know if this paranormal is a blessing or a curse. I'm thinking it's more of a curse. Yeah, you do hear that. But they're unable to answer. So I often wondered, about that. Guys, when my mom died, she died right here in front of, right where I'm sitting right now. There's a bed right here where I'm at now, where this chair's at, and this room was fixed up for her. If you look up in the top of my thing up here, you'll see a border. It's a border of cottages and so forth. And this was my mom's room, because we brought her in here because she got really bad, and I didn't want her living alone, and she had cancer, and when she got really bad, we brought her in here and we fixed this room all up real nice for her. And she died here in this room, right where I'm sitting, and from cancer. And in her last days, she was hospice was coming in here and helping her take baths and doing things that they needed to do to help her, hospice. And she was on morphine, not real bad, but she would sit here in this bed and she would point, and she would like be talking to somebody, And I said, who are you talking to, Mom? Oh, that's your uncle, blah, blah, blah. Or that's your grandpa, blah, blah, blah. And I said, why? There ain't nobody there. And she was pointing and talking to him. So, I don't know. Maybe the veil before our death opens up before the lights go out. Maybe there's a grace period before the lights go completely out. They're just going to wean you into it slowly. I don't know. But she kept pointing and telling about all these people she was seeing. And I just said, well, it must be the drugs. Oh, good morning, Michael from Alabama. Welcome, buddy. More the merrier. Join right in. We're all talking about whatever. Whenever. We're all shooting the you-know-what. Some of it might be BS, but we're having fun anyway. That's all that matters. And some of us might be learning a little something, Well, there goes Raven. Well, will you stop back again, please? Nice having you with us. No schedule for this. It's just unscheduled me. Spontaneous streams. That's what I do. If you catch me on here streaming, it's like catching an apparition in your camera. I've never seen an apparition. I have seen a shadow in here a couple different times. Once going down my hallway wall, I seen a shadow. Once when I very first started out, I saw a shadow person in my room here, right over there where my oxygenator is. That was back a long time ago before I had that. I sort of woke up and I seen this damn blacker than black shadow standing there, and it looked like if you took Dracula and you faced him away from you, it had a big collar and had a robe on, and it was dark, and you could see the back of their head, and it's like they were facing that wall. And then, poof, it's gone. Only time I ever seen that. And then I seen a shadow going down the hallway wall once, and then once out in the kitchen, back when I was getting that microwave going off by itself. I'd be sitting in here, and all of a sudden, beep, 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 and it'd be the damn microwave in the kitchen, and I'm the only one here. Well, that happened I don't know how many times, and I snuck out there once with my camera, stealthy as a 400-pound guy can stealth, and I took a whole bunch of pictures, and I got that bright orb up above the microwave. Well, I was out there once making my breakfast, and I kept, even out of the corners of my eye, I kept seeing this shadow go across the window in the kitchen door. I saw that a couple of times. So I think I've seen shadows around here a couple of different times. But you can't never be nothing sure of that stuff. You know, it's all personal experience. And if you can't back it up with proof with a camera or something, you know, and unless you're running a camera with the extent, you know, with the purpose of trying to capture something, you're not going to be able to capture it because it just happens so quick and it's gone. You don't have time to even reach for a camera, and it's over with. And it ends up being a personal experience. And personal experience don't go very far. Well, hey, Darren, how's it going, buddy? You know, I tried listening to you the other day when you went to that spiritual church and did like a sermon, and for some reason, the audio was really low, and I couldn't hear you. I actually couldn't hear you. I had my volume turned all the way up, and I couldn't hear you. I don't know. All the wrong dimensions. That's a good one, Darren. Maybe it's just me, but I couldn't hear it. I don't know. I tried everything. Whatever you do, Darren, don't get a hold of a horny spirit. You don't want no horny spirit. It may be a demon. Well, that's cool. Yeah, they go wherever they want. Well, I've got a lot of them, Michael. You ever go to my YouTube page, look for one that says Talking Orb or Orbs, and you watch that one. You're going to be impressed, I believe. I caught an orb flying by me. I had to, you couldn't even see it hardly with your naked eye. It was so fast. I had to slow the video down to where you could see it streak by, and it made a little beep noise when it flew by. And I tuned that video down like 50% or more, down to like 75%. And you could see that thing go by, and as it went by, it says, "Hello," in a real sexy woman's voice. It says, "Hello," right in conjunction with that, you know, it was that orb talking, but you couldn't understand it because all it made was like beep sound. And when I slowed it down, it was phenomenal. My best capture ever, of anything. I mean, it puts the ghost adventure guys to shame. They've caught orbs going into the wall where it makes a banging noise when that orb hit the wall and stuff, but I never seen them capture an orb that talked. I did. Yeah, have a big cup of coffee. Thanks for stopping by. Come back again, please. Been out here running my mouth for an hour and a half now. I actually got my timer going this time because I never know how long I've been on here. I don't have a time limit or nothing, but I don't like to overdo it, you know. Don't like to wear out my welcome. Okay, Rachel. Yeah. Thank you. Maybe I should get here. Maybe I wore out my welcome. Maybe you're all getting tired of me. I can keep going if you want. I'll cut it off at 2 hours. I'm at 1 hour 32 minutes. I'll tell you how hard it is for me to stream. My RAM right now, my memory in my computer is at 16%, and my CPU is at 22, 21, 18, 23. So I'm barely using any of my computer to do this stream. That's why I built a big bad computer. 32 gigs of memory and over 4 megacycle 8-core CPU. So it's just loafing along. I got this at 720. I could up my I probably ought to stream at 1080, but I never tried that. Or I could turn it up to 60 frames a second instead of 30, but I don't think it would make much difference. Same stuff over and over again. No, not really. Look there behind my head. Oh. Oh, I got the light on over. You can't see it. But I got 6 or 7 fans running in it. I've had a lot of laptops and turn around, don't use them, and I sit here, I think, oh, I can have a laptop. So I buy one and then I use it hot on it for about a week or two, and then it sits there and collects dust. So I end up giving them away. I gave one to my son. The last one I gave to my son. The one before that I think I gave to my one daughter, and I had one before. I had a big 10-inch tablet, big nice 10-inch tablet. I gave that to one of my other daughters. I've got a tablet now that I never use. I thought about giving that away. I got an 8-inch tablet, but I'll keep a hold of my tablet, I guess. Well, I just built this one here this last year. I ordered all the parts off of eBay and put it together. My video card has 8 gigs of memory in it, just a video card. Dual fans, dual HMI outputs. I got one going to my LG 37-inch TV over there I use for my monitor because I'm so blind. And then I got another HDMI cable going around over here to what I'm looking at right now. My 55-inch. by 55 inch. It's what I'm sitting in front of. And you notice it's got my computer on it. It has the same as over here. Being as I have two HDMI outputs, what I do is I mirror the output of my monitor to my TV. So whatever's on the monitor is on the TV. And then I have a cordless mouse and a cordless keyboard that I use when I'm sitting over here in my easy chair and using the 55-inch TV as a monitor. And then when I go over to my monitor over there at my desk, I have my regular wired mouse and keyboard over there. So it's like two setups, but only one computer. That's how I do that. So any program I run over there is mirrored over here. Well, I can sit here and edit anything over here, right here. I edited my video that I put up this morning about shortwave. Wow, well, you ought to try and contact them. Use a recorder, whatever. If you have a smartphone, Michael, try using your smartphone. Turn it on, make sure that the LED light's shining out there, and just wherever you've seen them at, just video with your phone and talk to them. Tell them to come towards you. Tell them to come over. You want to see them. I've done that before, and they actually were following my commands. People think that's crazy too, but it's not. If they're a spirit and they can hear us, they can see us, they know what we want. And I've had them fly right. I said, fly over here. Come on over here towards me. And all of a sudden, I got a video up there where you see them come out of the hallway and fly right over here where I'm at. And then they would fly by so fast, and I'd say, well, slow down, and come towards me slowly so I can really get a good look at you. And, you know, one or two of them did. And then, of course, I got that one that actually spoke. But at that time I got the one that spoke, I also was getting EVPs. You know, like the ones I just got this morning, but they were very low, very whispery. And I've tried hearing them on the video that I posted, and I can hear them, but most people don't hear them. They can't hear them. But one said, are you going to try? Oh, this is, there you are. And I think they was speaking to one of the other spirits or something. There you are. And then it says, are you going to try and scare him? And the other one says, nah, he's not afraid of us spirits. And then that one flies by me real fast and makes that beeping noise. And one of them, EVP, says, beautiful. So that's when I got the idea. You know, I tried playing that back, and you can barely notice that orb going by me. It was going so fast. So that's when I got the idea of slowing that down. And, you know, I heard that little beep noise, but when I slowed that down, that video down, you still couldn't see the orb because it was so fast. So I had to go in and put filters on it. I don't know what kind of filter it was, but it made everything black, white, etc., and pixelated looking. But you could see the orbs then, you know, you could see it streak and stuff after I put the filters on it. And then so I slowed it down 50%, and then you could see the thing go by, you know. And right at that time I went by, it says, hello, you know, and my best yet. I've already said that a couple of times. I'm gonna shut up. But I'm proud of that. Well, not anymore. I haven't been able I haven't been able to get none. I tried to get some this morning. Good morning, Ray Clark. Thanks for stopping in. I don't have many apps left. I got the Vervis box, which is pretty good. Got one by Appy Droid Pugster. I can't remember which one that is I got. It works really well. Believe it or not, the Portal, the one called the Portal that supposedly Huff put out, of course we know he didn't. That works good for me. I've gotten good replies on that, believe it or not. The old tried and true, to me, the best app is EchoVox. After you learn how to listen, because it sounds different than a normal. It's got a learning curve on it, you know. It sounds different than the ghost boxes. And I like to use Bank A or Bank B the best. Usually I use Bank B the best. But you are something. The thing with this EchoVox is they don't talk fast. You have to really listen to it, and some of the words don't sound clear. Some of them do, but they talk like how are you. I mean, you know, there's big spaces between the words, and you really has to get accustomed to listening to that EchoVox, but it works good. Of all the apps, I like that really well. Yeah, I like that Verbis box. It
Verbis box loaded. Movement detected.
Verbis box. That always works pretty well for me.
Movement detected. Movement detected.
I think a lot of these apps work, but people don't give them a chance. You know, they get an app, a free app or something, and they start it and they ask questions. If they don't hear nothing, that ain't no damn good. They don't give it a chance. They don't give it time. They want instant gratification, and it just doesn't happen like that. Oh. Bob, you don't want the Vocubus. All them programs that supposedly are called Huffs aren't Huffs. Sanchez made all of them. He was in cahoots with Huff. It's like Huff went into cahoots with Sanchez and had Sanchez make some apps with Huff's name on them, and I think they split the proceeds or something. But I've got some apps that Sanchez made that I thought worked really well. Not all of them, but some of them. And after he did me wrong, I deleted them all, and I never used one again. So that's all about that. I feel he backstabbed me, and in doing so, I washed my hands of him and all his software forever. I hope so, Darren. I hope there's a leap. I tried Plasma Box, and I bought I bought just about every thing that guy ever put out, and yet have I got one to work for me. I just can't get no answers on them. They do not like me. I guess, I don't know. And, you know, it's all, I guess it's a personal thing. Apps are real radios. It's a personal thing. Whatever you think works for you, whatever you get the most enjoyment out of, whatever you feel you're getting answers on, that's good. Do it. Use it. You know? Because it's good for you don't mean it's going to be good for somebody else. It's just a matter of opinion, and I think everybody's different, you know. I get great communication on physical boxes. And I used to get some on the apps, not so much, but some. A lot of times I haven't used that Echovox in a long time because, to be truthful with you, it scared me. I didn't like using it for the simple reason that I've always said and maintained that the entities that you contact on Echovox, it's not the same that you contact on a spirit box, a radio type box. It's like they're different. Either they're a higher level, or they're aliens, or they're, I don't know what the hell they are. But it seems like there's just something about them. They're different. They're different. And I never liked, even though I would get some good sessions and responses from stuff I didn't like using that app, so I don't really hardly use it. I still have it, but I don't know if they're angels or what it was, but I always felt like I was being talked down to, and like I shouldn't have been talking to them at all, and that's why I just didn't like that Echovox that well. I like it. I mean, it works. It works really good, but I didn't like the feelings and stuff I got from it when I was using it. In fact, that's kind of a lame expression, but well, you know, Sanchez made an app with radar. Sort of, you know, I guess you would you would call it a visual. Can't think of the name of it now. You know what I'm talking about. The little Ovulus. It's like a visual video software program that was like the Ovulus, and I've used it, and I thought it was good. Sometimes I would use it alongside of a regular ghost box, and it would pop up words that were very meaningful and appropriate to what I was getting on the spirit box, and I thought that to be kind of crazy. And if you ever watch any of Heather's videos, Ghost Queen, she uses that Ovulus, I think of Model 3, and she gets a lot of responses on the Ovulus that go along with what she's getting on the 587 she uses. Whether I don't think it's just happenstance or luck, because sometimes they really wouldn't be a word that would pop up for no damn reason, you know. Yeah, Daniel, they use any noise available. I mean, if it's birds chirping and carrying on. I also did one in the kitchen, and I was out there making my breakfast, and I was talking to the spirits, and they would use the water running when I turned it on in the sink, the stuff I had frying in the skillet, the pans I was banging around. They used all that to talk. Any noise they can use to manipulate and talk with. You're right, Michael. Yep, concentration and headphones. Yes, harmonics. And a lot of times I always figured that it'll usually be a woman's voice, and it sounds like she's singing, but it sounds like she's singing in harmony with other women, and it comes out as one voice. And I always figured them were angels that, like, it's what you would expect an angel to sound like when they spoke. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Unknown. I've even had spirits I was talking to, I thought were angels, and they played harp music for me. You know, the big harp. They played harp music. And I've had them sing. Actually sing. But you only catch little small snippets of it, you know. It's not like a big long thing, but nonetheless, I've caught them. Yes, Michael, that's the turning point. When that happens, they say your name, then you know that it's not all BS, and then it's for real. That is the turning point. Once they say your name, and then it's also might be the turning point is when you're hooked. You're hooked, line and sinker. You bit the hook when they say your name. Oh, I've had them say my own name, my whole name. The other day, that session I did the other day, they kept saying it was behind me. Told me it was going to fly by me. And then they come in and says, he's the first one in line. Like they was going to do a flyby, two or three of them. I didn't see no herbs. But then later on they said, I was getting ready to quit. One of them says, hi Larry, right behind you. Bob, have you had any of them make you sick yet? I've had them make me sick 2 different times. Just talking to them made me sick 2 different times. And they can do that. I don't know, one time I had them make me sick, I don't know what it was over, but they said they were right behind me, or they touched me or something, and after they said that, I got sick to my stomach for about 10 minutes. And then one other time, when I was talking to that Billy, I don't talk to Billy no more. Anybody comes in and says their name's Billy, I go the other way, I no fight, I flight, I run away, I turn the damn radio off. That Billy is bad news. Now, I don't know if it's the same one that Huff talks to all the time. Billy used to talk to this Billy. Of course, like, I suppose there's lots of Billies in the world, but the one I talked to said the other spirit said he was a jinn, and he was an evil jinn. He was not a nice person, and he actually answered me back once and said something really sarcastic and mean, and they said that Billy was behind me. You know, when they said that, I got sick as hell to my stomach. I thought I was going to upchuck, you know. I didn't, because I got a strong constitution, but I got that feeling, and it lasted about 10 minutes. But if you hear a Billy, and you got any inclination that you think it's not a good spirit, then I would just turn the damn radio off, because that Billy, that jinn, is bad news. Yeah, I think the more you talk to them, the more you become aware. Somebody that don't talk to spirits aren't aware of them at all. They don't look for anything. They wouldn't notice anything, you know, that you and I would notice, because we're more accustomed to it. Our eyes are opened more, and we're more aware of spirit and spirituality and things that might be around you. and or a normal person wouldn't be aware of it. I think that's why we see orbs easier, and so forth. And the more you do it, the more you become aware, the more they become aware, and the more of a magnet you become. And when they hear you talk, then they come flocking towards you, you know. They want to talk with you. The other day, you know, I've been having trouble like my video camera. It hasn't done it once this morning. Have you ever seen my camera fail this morning? Not at all. It has not failed. It's worked perfectly all this time. 2 hours now. And the other day I was making that session, talking to the spirits, and the video kept screwing up. It's like the video camera would just freeze, you know? And then all of a sudden it would come back. And it did that now 2 or 3 times. And I said something to the spirits. And one of them says, a ghost did it. One of them comes in and says, a ghost did it. So they were messing with me. They were messing with my damn camera. Because it's fine. This morning it's just perfectly fine. Hasn't stopped once. But man, it did that, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. I was doing that video the other day when I was turning that Grundig, you know. It just stopped. So they can affect you and do things. That's for sure. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I get all you knowledgeable paranormal people on here. What does that mean when you get cobwebs? For no reason. Somebody told me you get cobwebs when you walk through a ghost, or one walks through you. You get that feeling of cobwebs, you know. There ain't no cobwebs. But it feels like you walk through cobwebs right in the face. I have that happen every now and then. Quite a bit. Somebody told me that, yeah, that's either a spirit passing through you or you walk through one or something. And it sounds ludicrous, but I know I don't have those cobwebs in my house. I don't have hairs on my arms or nothing like that, but once in a while, if there's an entity present, I will get that sensation that I know that they're around. I get that tingly sensation. Starts at the top of your head and like a wave goes down through your whole body. Feels like electricity tingling, and then it's gone, you know. So I think I can tell when one's around. Sometimes I can't. I don't know. Just more crap that goes with this stuff, I guess. Goat spiders. Yeah. About it. I haven't had any in quite a while. I haven't had any out-of-body voices in quite a while. One day I sat here one night and right behind this chair it says, hello? And then one time I was doing a live stream and something said hello, and the people in the live stream heard it. It like came from over here by my door, and there was a hello in there, and everybody in the live stream heard it at the same time I heard it. And I turned my head, I said, hello? And everybody in the live stream says, yeah, we heard it too. Yep, Darren, yep. I can tell you I know that's a ghost because when my mother passed away, me and her were so close. I followed her directions. She wanted to be cremated, had her cremated, and of course they brought her ashes to my front door and delivered them in a box. So I opened a cardboard box. There's a nice plastic container that's sealed, with her ashes in it. Well, she wanted me to bury her with her parents and at the graveyard. And it's illegal to do that without having another plot to actually put that container in. And so I didn't bury her for a while. I kept her here. I kept her here for like 5 years. Put her over there inside the closet. And I knew she was here in the house. She was here. Because I would get, I'd talk to her like she was here. I know it sounds crazy, like I'm a madman, but I would talk to her. But I would get that tingly sensation all the time, that down through your body, like the electricity. And I'd say, Mom, is that you? How you doing, Mom? I haven't forgotten you. Blah, 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 blah. And I'd talk to her. And then I'd get that tingly sensation again. Well, this went on for 5 years. And that's how I know that a tingly sensation is my body telling me that there's a spirit present. And finally one day I just decided, that I've kept her around here long enough. And I took her out to her parents' grave. And I dug a hole in the ground between her parents' gravestone markers. And I did something illegal. I opened that plastic thing. I dug a big hole between the headstones. I opened that plastic thing and I dumped her ashes into the hole. And I covered them up. And since that day, of course, when it rained, her ashes probably dispersed, around them 2 graves of her parents. And hopefully she merged with them, And from that day, since I buried her, I don't get that tingly sensation no longer. Because she's not here no longer. If I get that sensation now, I know it's a spirit here because I learned from her being here that was her, and that was this feeling I got when she was nearby me. So that explains my tingly sensation. That's cool, Michael. I'll tell another one of my stories. Some of you here probably haven't heard it. When I had my mom here, she was up in the closet. We had grandkids come over here and we had birthday parties, and those aluminum balloons, helium balloons. After they get weak, they start coming down, as they get weak. And I had my door open here, sitting over here at my desk, and one of those damn balloons left over from they didn't have the washer on the bottom that holds them down because they had lost their, and they weren't on the ceiling no more. They had dropped down, and we hadn't thrown them away. They were just dropped down. They're sort of floating like in midair. Sitting there at my desk, and the door open, and one day one of the balloons come floating into my room, come right over to my desk, and it stopped, sat right down on my desk, and I got the tingly feeling. I said, Mom, is that you in that balloon? I said, what the hell are you doing? I said, good to see you, Mom, but you didn't have to, you didn't have to take over that balloon for me to notice you. And my son was living here then. He was out on the other end of the house in the family room. And I said, Mom, go see Kevin. And I give that balloon a hit towards the doorway. That balloon went out of my room, down the hallway, probably about 25 foot, turned left, and went another 25 foot into the family room and sat right down on the arm of the couch right next to Kevin. And that's the honest to God's truth. May he strike me dead. And I fully believe that she was in that balloon, And she did what I told her to do, go see Kevin. And she went out the length of my door, to the length of the hallway, turned left, went through the kitchen into the family room, and sat down on the arm of the couch right next to Kevin. That was crazy. Bye, Bob. I missed you leaving. Sorry. Oh, Zara's leaving. Bye, Zara. Thanks for stopping by, dear. Thank you. Come again. Well, I'm going to hang in here for a little while longer. For about 17 more minutes. That'll be 2.5 hours, and that's plenty long enough for me to stream. I think most people have left now anyway. We've got a few stragglers left. I've just talked them all away. Talked them in, talked them away. Oh, that's crazy, Michael. You have a good day, Zara. Okay, Darren. Thanks a lot, buddy. Running everybody off. I talk too much. I got one more story I can tell you about if I can remember it now. What was I going to tell you about? Damn brain farts. Oh man. It's right at the tip of my tongue. I can't remember now. What was I going to tell you about? I'm not going to say it was a lie because it's not, but I can't remember what I was going to tell you. I forget. Yeah, I do, don't I? I got a great bunch of people. They're all true friends, too. Most of them I haven't, that I know of. I mean, I think they're all true friends. Maybe the first time she was trying to deceive you, trying to make you think she was an angel, and the second time she wasn't trying to deceive you no more. It was her true self. Well, in the last 3 years I've been doing this, I've had lots of crazy experiences. I think that the longer you do it, the more experiences you have, you know. I got my mailbox experience with Jacob. I had the little boy talk on my ear, right in my ear. And all they said was candy. I was getting ready to do a Halloween session. Had all my little props, you know. I had some skulls and a pumpkin candle going and different things, and then right in my ear, I heard him say, "Candy." Like I thought I had a little boy around here for the longest time. And I still think I did for a while. Then I was making a video and I was walking out to the mailbox. That's where I met Jacob. I was just screwing around. Had my phone with me and I got the mail out of the mailbox. And I pointed my camera into the mailbox and just jokingly, I says, "Got any spirits in there?" And all of a sudden it says, "Jacob." And when it said Jacob, you could hear it echoing like it was said from inside the box. I got that video on here somewhere, I think. So I always joke about I got a spirit living in my mailbox. His name is Jacob. All kinds of crazy crap. Yep, that's all it said. Candy, right in my ear. Had my camera knocked over, and you can see it moving after it was knocked over, like something was moving it. It was behind me, sitting on top of these. I had a couple of those big plastic boxes with all my junk stowed away in them, and I had just gotten that game camera, and I put that game camera on a tripod, and I set it up, you know, overlooking the room, trying to catch orbs. First night I had that camera, and it was sitting on that tripod behind me, and I went to bed, and the next morning I woke up, the cameras were laying over on its side, so this thing would trigger it automatically, you know. With less than a second it would take to trigger it for the video to start. And I got 2 videos on my place right now. I very first got that camera, and something knocked it over, and you see the camera go over on its side, and you could see the camera, something messing with it, shaking it, and then it would move back and forth, and finally it went, you could see the thing move, and I was sitting right here asleep in this damn chair. So something didn't like me having that camera out. I've had all kinds of shit going on around here, tons of stuff. Well, that would scare the shit out of me too. Yeah, I found a picture on the internet the other day about that Jacob thing. Here it is. It cracked me up when I seen it, and I said, oh, I'm going to have to put that on there and let my friends see that. Because that coincides with me hearing old Jacob talk inside there. Maybe that's Jacob. Actually, he says, "Jacob," and Grandpa pooped his pants. But I didn't hear him at the time. It was a Class A EVP, and I didn't hear it at the time. I was, you know, I was Somehow I hit the button on my headphones, turned it off. Sorry. I do all kinds of crazy crap like that. These are wireless headphones and microphone. I must have hit the button back here somehow. I know it's working now. I can see it working. They're trying to shut me up. They don't want me talking no more. Oh. 7 more minutes, people, and then I'm out of here. That'd be 2.5 hours, and that's plenty long to stream. I've wore everybody's welcome out already, I think. But it's fun talking to you guys. Great bunch of people. I wish there was somewhere where we could get a chat room to go to talk with one another 24 hours a day. I know back at once upon a time, I thought there was places where you could go and actually start your own chat room and make it available 24 hours a day. You know, and once you made this, you could give the link out to your friends, and anybody who wanted to chat could go there and chat anytime, you know, of the day they wanted to. But I don't know of any place like that. I don't know how to go about it. Oh, really? 5 minutes? Really? Oh, that's a bummer. Probably sounded good not hearing me, didn't it? I don't know what it is we're talking to, Michael. I don't know any more than anybody else. I haven't got a clue. I like to think it's not demons, although it's a possibility. You know, I just, somehow in my mind, I keep thinking, if these spirits were in heaven, why would they be talking back to us? You're in presence of heaven and God. I don't think you would care about us to want to talk to us. You know? Why would you? From what I understand and hearing about all these near-death experiences and stuff, everybody that's died and has gone to heaven don't want to come back here. Even though they got family and stuff, some of them don't want to come back here. But God tells them, well, your task is not, you're not done. You have to go back, you know? And they wake up in their body again in the near-death experiences. So if they don't want to come back here, why in hell would they want to talk to us? You know? So thinking that, I keep thinking, well, if these things we're talking to are lost souls, they didn't go into the light when they had the chance, and maybe God doesn't present that light to you only once. If you don't take advantage of it, you find yourself in a bad place. And the other day I did a session, and I could swear they said they were in nothingness. And I read something the other day. I was been reading about religion and listening to preachers and talk, and one of them maintained that when you die, you go nowhere. You go to sleep. Well, if you go to sleep, you're asleep. You wouldn't be conscious enough to talk. So, I don't know, you know, I'm so confused. It's so confusing. I just don't know. Oh, I could start a Facebook forum. I used to have one. Right now it's got about 7,000 people in it. But it's hard to maintain them. You have to have monitors. People get in there, start fighting and carrying on, and start trolling the thing, and You know, I could make it for invitation only. You know, but you can't talk like this. It's not a chat room. It's comments. You can only talk back and forth through comments, and you know everybody ain't gonna be there at the same time. So a forum like that on Facebook wouldn't work. I kind of think it's a mixture of good and bad also, because the other day the ones I was talking to didn't seem bad at all. There may have been one that came in there a little bit, but it ain't like the same group of low-level bad spirits that I was talking to. Although some of them did say that they were bad and that God did not choose them and so forth. And I get that all the time. All right, Michael, take your grandson to school. We all got to learn. Thanks you for stopping by. Talk to you again real soon. And the rest of you guys, I'm going to get out here too. It's almost 2.5 hours. That's long enough. I'll take a break and do it. Continue our conversation next time. When it'll be, I don't know. I don't give no guarantees. I don't make no schedules. Maybe I should make a schedule and see what happens, but I don't know what time of day it is, let alone one day from the next. So I have to look over and see what day it is. It's Wednesday. So I'll catch you guys again. Thanks so much for being in here, being my friend, and being my supporters, and being such good friends, and joining me in a chat. I really appreciate it. Love all you guys, and I'm going to catch you next time. And I'm going to do what I always do. Toodaloo. Thank you.